short-term energy. So examples would be like olive oil, coconut oil, almonds, nuts, that kind of stuff. But you don't want to be getting too much fats either, because if you get too much fats, that's also bad for your health, especially saturated fats like animal fats and butter and all that stuff. You don't want to be getting any of that. But the most important one for me personally is protein, and the reason why protein is most important is because it's what helps you recover. Like after you lift weights, after you do hard intense exercise, you eat protein, and that's what gets your muscles to recover, and that's what helps regenerate and allows you to come back to the gym stronger. So I'd say for me, personally, for me, protein's the most important, but for everyone it's different.
Okay, but you would say that carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are three most important.
They're the most important because they're the macronutrients.
Excellent. Moving on to my next question is, how does the timing of meals affect fitness and athletic performance?
Well, what I see a lot of people doing now, it's kind of trending right now, but a lot of people are doing intermittent fasting, and what that is there's a lot of basically what you do is you wake up and you don't eat breakfast, you skip out on breakfast, you only have like liquids, like let's say you have black coffee or water or sparkling water or stuff like that, and they eat 3 larger meals between 12 to 8, which is known as the anabolic window. And that's when you're allowed to eat as much as you want, and that's when you intake your calories. But then after 8 o'clock, that's when you stop eating, and that's what your fasting period. And that's an example of That's an example of timing, which a lot of people tend to experiment and fall towards it. But what I think is, as long as you're not eating too late, anything works fine. So you could eat, whether it is you eat 8 in the morning or 12 in the morning, as long as you don't eat past 8, I think you're fine, because the thing is, throughout the day, your body uses up calories, and during the night, you're sleeping and you don't use as much calories. So it would be smarter to eat during the day than to eat at night, because you're using up those calories as energy. And if you don't use that as energy, it gets stored as fat, which is what you don't want. So it's better to not eat at night, and it's better to eat during the day.
So, but when you're particularly with fitness and athletic performance, would you say it's better to eat before or after you do your athletic and fitness?
It depends. Before, you should focus on getting enough caffeine and just getting your metabolism to start. Like let's say before you want to eat maybe fats and proteins into comparison towards like after working out. That's when you want to eat proteins and carbohydrates, because when you eat carbohydrates, it translates to sugar, and that restores your glycogen levels, which are used up during working out.
Okay. What about, how does fluid affect fitness? How would you say fluids affect fitness?
Well, your body when you work out, your body tends to get dehydrated since there's more heat in your body. So you really need to stay hydrated when you work out. And as long as you're staying hydrated, I think you're fine. That's
anything in particular to stay hydrated, like water?
Just water, pre-workout BCAAs.
What is pre-workout BCAAs?
So pre-workout has like caffeine and beta-alanine and that kind of stuff, and then BCAAs are like they're the building blocks of protein. So they're branched chain amino acids, but I don't really need to go into depth into that. But as long as you're drinking fluids that aren't loaded with sugar or fat or anything, you're fine.
How much fluid should you be consuming during workouts? Anything in particular?
To get your body weight, divide in half, and that's how many fluid ounces you should be getting a day.
Okay, sounds good. Now moving on to one of my favorite questions, which is, can dietary supplements contribute to fitness?
Absolutely. Let's say after you work out, you want to be able to recover successfully. You could take collagen and whey protein, as well as creatine, which helps with recovery, and in the morning, you could take vitamin D3 supplements as well as fish oil. Those are really beneficial to your health.
Mhm.
So yes, you should definitely.
What if you use these supplements for other purposes other than workouts? What would happen?
As in what?
Just like in your everyday life, and then if you just decide not to hit the gym after taking those supplements, what happens?
You could use them in your everyday life. I mean, fish oil boosts your heart health. Vitamin D3 helps with your bones, preventing osteoporosis and other sorts of bone-related diseases. I mean, there's a lot that I can think of, but those are just the ones that are on top of my head right now. So.
Okay. And second to last question is, what vitamins and minerals are important for fitness? Would you say for yourself and maybe for just in general?
For me, personally, I like to take, right when I wake up, I like to take men's multivitamins, fish oil, vitamin D3, and before working out, I like to drink black coffee and pre-workout, which is beta-alanine and caffeine and red pepper extract, which really gets me going in the gym. Since I tend to be tired all the time when I wake up because I'm doing a low carb diet, and during working out, I like to just drink water or have maybe 0-calorie electrolytes, which help replenish my body because I tend to get dehydrated really fast. After working out, I like to drink protein, creatine, as well as BCAAs, anything really helps. I mean, if you just have to do your research and really find what's best for you. So, for anyone, I wouldn't really recommend anything. It's kind of up to you. It's kind of up for you to decide what you want and what you need to take. So, I would really.
All right, and for the last question, since the second part of our project is exercise, we've decided to pick squats as an exercise that we want to focus on. Squats.
Okay.
So I just have my question is, how would you perform a perfect squat? Could you please give me an example of how to do it?
Do you want me to go back in?
No, just outside right
okay.
here. Yeah, okay, so how would a perfect squat go?
A perfect squat would be. So wait, with a bar or without a bar?
Up to you.
Okay, I'll just do it with a bar.
With a bar.
I'm more used to that. So what you want to do is so how you want to set up is you want to get.
Reminds me a lot of.
Sorry.
Focus, bro.
So when you want to get set up, you want to have your arms perpendicular to the floor. So your arms want to be straight. You don't want to be too close. You don't want it to be too far. A lot of people tend to do too far because they say it's better for your balance, but that's actually not true. You get better balance if your arms are perpendicular to the floor. So you go under the bar, and you take it out. Your chest should be sticking out, and your feet should be slightly they should be slightly pointing outwards. They don't want to be too. They don't want to be like, you don't want to be like that, because if you do this, you're gonna mess up your knees and your epididymis. And if it's too wide, well, that doesn't really make sense. You're gonna fall flat on your face. So you want it in the middle. So what you want to do is when you go down, you want your chest out, and you want to go low to the ground, because I see a lot of people, they be doing I call them half reps, which are quarter reppers. They basically go like that, and they don't go down all the way. So if you want your goal is full muscle activation. So you want to go down all the way with your chest sticking out and looking up. Because if you look down, people tend to lean over like that, and that's bad for your back. So you want to keep that chest up, keep arms like this, and go down all the way. Pause down here. Explode back up.
All right, what happens if you don't go all the way down?
If you don't go all the way down,
you're
not activating your muscles. The goal is to activate the muscles and to get the blood flow in your legs. And by doing half reps, you're not doing that.
Do you know anybody who does that?
Yeah, gym bros.
Gym bros?
Skip leg day.
All right, bro. Well, that's all the questions I have for today. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate your time.
All right,
all right, bro. And that's a wrap.